Hi, my name is Cole Taylor, and this is the Values of Greek Life for Business Communications. In my time here at Tarleton, I've been lucky enough to be a part of several organizations, but the most important to me has been Delta Chi. I've had the opportunity to serve as a chapter leader, and it's grown me a lot as a person and prepared me a lot for the rest of my life. And I want to share. Hi, my name is Cole Taylor, and this is Values of Greek Life. In my time here at Tarleton, I've been lucky enough to serve under many leadership positions and be a part of several organizations. But probably the most important has been my fraternity. It's given me the opportunity to grow as a leader and to deal with a lot of conflict and time management. And so far, it's made me a much better person, and I feel much more prepared for my life after college. Personally, what sets Greek affiliated people apart to me is their grades, their connections, and their mental health. Across the nation, members of Greek life have significantly better grades than their non affiliated counterparts. They're more likely to make connections as soon as they get to campus. They're more sociable on average, and they have a support system around them. Just as soon as they get to campus, somebody there cares about them. And they're less anxious. They're less likely to be depressed, and they feel more connected to their campus. And while there still is issues with mental health in Greek life, those students that do have those problems are more likely to reach out for help. And I think that's a pretty unique thing about our organizations. The things that we do here on campus, and I would assume across the nation to help with grades, are mandatory GPAs. All the organizations here on campus require a minimum GPA to be recruited and then to maintain active membership. If you can't keep this, you may have fines assessed or be forced to stay away from some events until you get your grades up, or even completely removed from the organization. If you're paying $1,000 a year or more, you're going to want to get that money back. You're going to want to feel like you're getting the best value out of yourself. And grades is how you're going to do it. We're here to help you achieve everything you want. A big part of that is study hours. All the organizations I know of here on campus require them. At least for a few hours a week, you have to go to the library with a group, or to Cold Smoke, or to Beans and Franks, or to the Student Center, and just spend some time doing homework or catching up on notes or whatever it may be. And I think for freshmen who may not be comfortable studying, may not have had to study in high school, this is invaluable. It's going to force them to at least go there to do it. Even if they don't have homework, even if they feel like they don't need it, they're there. And they have to do something. At some point, they're going to get tired of scrolling on their phone or watching movies or whatever it may be, and they might start picking up a textbook. That could help their GPA a lot. Could be the difference in them graduating. And something that has personally affected me has been scholarships. Greek life is very competitive. It's time consuming, and at the end of the day, it is a lot of fun, but financial benefit always helps. Money's a big incentive for a lot of people. And if you can push yourself to go above and beyond and be a leader within your organization and a leader on campus, everybody has scholarships for you because most of them are merit based. Now, some organizations may have if one's based off of need, but to me, the ones that are important are the ones that are off merit because they're going to push you to be a better person. And, here's the tale of the tape. Here at Tarleton's campus, the overall population has a GPA of just over 3. It's sitting at around 3.1. And then their Greek counterparts are sitting closer to 3.2, 3.3. Our men are sitting at around a 2.8 if they're not Greek. And those that are, they're sitting around a 3.2. And I'm pretty proud of that. Our women is one of the parts that shows up the most to me. Our non-Greek women, they're doing great, but they're sitting just below a 3.2. And our women in the Greek organizations, our sorority girls, they're sitting at a 3.4. And I think they can bring it up next year. I know all the ones that I'm friends with care more about their grades than just about anything else. Something that has affected me a lot in my time here has been the connections. Just this weekend, I got to go to a conference in Louisiana and meet with people from across our region. And before that, I have a network of brothers around me, and those who are in sororities have sisters around them. You also have your alumni, your faculty advisors, and plenty of other people who have stood where you're standing and care about you. You have the opportunity to meet your best friends, people who are going to be with you for the rest of your life, and people who may help you find a job, write recommendation letters, whatever it may be. You're in pretty good company. Like I said, you may meet some of your best friends, but you also got some people who've been there that are pretty cool. Since 1825, there's been two presidents and two vice presidents that were not in fraternities. Everybody else was. You're going into business, 85% of the Fortune 500 CEOs belong to Greek organizations. 76% of US senators belong to fraternities or sororities. And there are 9 million current and alumni members across the nation and in Canada too that have been in Greek life. And the first female astronaut, African American astronaut, and all the members of Apollo 11 were in Greek life. We talked a lot about mental health in the last couple of years. There's been a lot of people dealing with anxiety and different stressors and depression. There's just been a lot on everybody's plate, and we've been paying attention within Greek life. We already had a lot of things in place to help with that, such as a chapter. You've got the people within your organization that are there for you, that care about you. You have the people on your campus, the other organizations, the friends you make along the way that care about you and are there to talk. And in a lot of organizations, your international headquarters pays for mental health resources like over the phone counseling or text counseling or whatever it may be, or even a crisis prevention line. And within Greek life, we're a lot more likely to go and use those things if we need them instead of feeling alone. And, just kind of a add in, we like to play intramural sports. There's going to be people in your chapter who like to go to the gym, and it's a big part of their personality. And we have social events. Some of them are outside. Like we have a crawfish social event. It's one of my favorites. Getting outside, getting in the gym, just doing something that makes you exercise. It's very good for your mental health. Burns off some energy. Gets you outside, like I said. I keep repeating that, but the pandemic showed us being in a social situation, being able to break a sweat, it's very good for you. Talked a lot about how we're different, and here's the tale of the tape for how different we are. Your first year, you are going to earn 36% more if you're in Greek life. You're making around $72,000. You could be making six figures if you could be in Greek life, at least on average. Maybe not every time, but the average trends your favor. A lot of people don't really feel prepared when they're leaving college, and you're 10% more likely to feel prepared if you're in Greek life. We retain 20% more approximately from first to second year, and we graduate. Over 70% of our members. It may not be in 4 years, it may be 6 years, but we're more likely to graduate at some point. Our non-Greek counterparts, over 50% of them do graduate, but that other side, that's a big gap. Here's a video.
First of all, joining a Greek organization is sort of like starting at the bottom of a new company. You learn the basics during your training period, and then you pay your dues and work your way up the corporate ladder, learning from others along the way. Most of us would never dream of being a new member and telling the chapter president how to run the chapter, right? It's the same idea here. You'll learn a sense of respect while you're in a sorority that many don't navigate until they're at their first job. You want to know that the CEO of the company knows who you are, but you would just never march into her office and tell her how to do her job. Delta Phi Epsilon's team excellence leadership structure is similar to what many organizations refer to as a top-down approach or a flat hierarchy where sisters work in teams. I can only speak for D-Phi, but I'm sure many other sororities ensure that their sisters are working in teams to accomplish projects. Goal setting, event planning, budget management, recruitment, fundraising, all tasks that companies do on a day-to-day basis that students not in a Greek organization probably aren't practicing nearly as much as sorority women are. As you work your way up the team structure, you are learning to manage others and work with different personalities, oftentimes learning how to deal with difficult situations and confrontations and resolving them. Your social skills are above the average college student, simply because you are practicing them so much more working in your chapter.
I thought that would just kind of hammer home some of the things that I've been talking about from a different perspective. And obviously, I can only speak toward these fraternities. And here's a sorority woman saying the exact same things.
First,
By now, I probably do need to get it moving. And I'm sure you're tired of listening to me. And that's okay. I hope that I've made an impact. And I kind of want to hit some of those goals that we talked about. Within Greek life, we have SMART goals just like a business. We have our short-term things and our long-term things. The short-term helps us hit the long-term goals. And some of those short-term goals are friendship and accountability. Now, to me, friendship is not just having people to talk to, but it's finding people who care about you. And you have a great opportunity to do that. You could have anywhere from 25 to 150 other people who got your back. And accountability is a big thing. In the past few years, we've come under a lot of scrutiny, and we're doing a lot to help clean that up. We're being a lot more accountable about all of those things, whether it's partying or grades or whatever it may be. We want to help. We want to be better, and we're working very hard at it and making our members better. And the bigger version of these two is networking and preparation. There are millions of past and current members nationwide. And having that story to tell, being able to talk about how you were a member of this or that, it just brings you closer to them. It gives you an insight, a personal connection. And you never know, they may be a brother or sister of your organization. In preparation, we talked about how Greek organizations, their members are 10% more likely to feel prepared. And the video spoke on these same topics. You have to deal with a lot of conflict. You have to be in leadership, and you have to manage your time very well to be successful. A lot of 18 to 22-year-olds aren't going to do this until their first job, maybe not even until they start their actual career. And by being in Greek life, you have that opportunity a lot earlier. I hope that this helped, and if you have any questions, I'd love to talk about it. It's something I'm very passionate about, and I think it would do a lot of people a lot of good. Thank you.